I'm Frankie Loyal. I'm a Born Free 15 here with my Trinidad 3 family and my extended family from Russ Brown Motorcycle Attorneys. I'm here to talk to the people who influence, inspire, and shape our motorcycle community, not just locally or statewide, but I'm also talking globally. I'm here to find out their motivations, their inspirations, and future aspirations, all related to the two-wheeled life. So without further ado, we're going to get the story and the show on the road. Kickstands up. I'm here today with special guest Gil Espinoza from the Espinoza Leathers family and legacy. How you doing, brother? It's good to have you here.
Doing really well. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for making the time. You guys been busy over there nonstop?
Very blessed.
Yeah.
Very blessed. Busy but blessed.
Good. How's this Born Free been to the past few you've been at?
Honestly, this one's like a movie. Traffic all day, Saturday as well as Sunday. So we've done very well.
Right.
You know, it's been nonstop. So that's what you want. Makes your days go by faster and makes you feel blessed that everybody's wrecking the E. So
Nice.
done very well.
Nice. A lot of us are familiar with the history of the family and the leather company, but I want you to elaborate from your perspective, your take on it with Espinoza's Leather.
Okay, so general perspective and history of our family. We started in 1971. Everybody thinks we had a storefront in 1971, but we didn't. It was actually a mobile, if you will. My grandfather, my grandma, they traveled all the state fairs from Key West all the way back to California, from summer all the way through the spring season. So we started that way for about, give or take, maybe 10 years of doing a lot of state fairs, meeting a lot of people, making a lot of connections. Right. Finally, we got our storefront in about 1983, Rosemead, California, where we're at now. And we grew from there. In the beginning, it was a lot more of the cowboy, cowboy culture, belts, bracelets, hats. And we actually graduated to motorcycle culture in the 80s, with a lot of biker, Harley Davidson enthusiasts coming to our shop and asking, you guys make belts, you guys make hats, you guys make wallets, bracelets, but can you make a vest? And that was the biggest test for my grandpa. He didn't know how to make a vest, but he said, why don't you bring me a vest? We'll make a pattern. So he did it on the fly, to make money for his family.
Right.
He's supporting 3 kids that went to Catholic school at the time. Eric wasn't born yet, the 4th. So he wanted to make the money and, he wanted to test and prove himself. And so they brought the pattern in and the rest is history. From that day on, it was strictly motorcycle enthusiasts.
Nice. So question. So when you opened up the storefront, I mean, you've taken me for tours on the back and I've seen, the process of the dailies with everybody putting the vest together and the craftsmanship in motion. How many machines were going at the time? How did that start out from the beginning? I've been curious about that one.
Okay, so in 1983, he probably had about 2 machines. It was him, one other person, and he was the cutter. So he was hand cutting the leather as well as sewing. So it was only 2 machines at the time when they started. And then gradually went to 4, then to 6, then to 8. Everything started with the even numbers. And then towards the mid-90s, they got up to about 10 machines.
How is Gilbert doing?
He's doing very well. He still goes into the shop every day, at least half day if he can, but he's taking a lot more vacations. We've tried to tell him, you've worked your whole life for decades for us.
Right.
Let's take care of you. Why don't you and grandma go on some vacations, enjoy yourselves.
Right.
See life outside of the shop. Let us take care of it.
Right.
And when you want to come back home, you want to come back to us, we're there. But he's doing very well.
Forward and you're honoring him.
Yes, we are.
I'll tell you what, just a visit. When I stop in, it's always nice to see him, shake hands, get a good laugh, catch up on life. And I feel that way when I see you and Eric as well and the rest of the family. From the day I've met the family, I mean, we got linked up with you through a job that I had, a TV show.
Yeah.
You customized, the chalecos and everything. What was your take on that?
Well, for me, it's very personal because I was a fan of Sons of Anarchy. And when it came out in '08 and I saw those vests, I said, we can do that. Like that should be us. Right. We can take that job. and I saw that there was a Hispanic group called the Mayans that were
Right.
part of that show. And I told Eric, I said, hopefully God will bless us one day, and maybe if they have a Mayan show, maybe that'll be us. Maybe that'll be our opportunity.
Right.
And Manifest Destiny, that conversation was in '09. Turn back to 2017, we get a call for it.
That's crazy. In '09, I was pounding the pavement thinking there was going to be a spinoff right away. So that's almost 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when we started, I remember same thing. Like I was out trying to pitch myself to see where I can get an agent for representation for that show. So it's been a long road, also for you.
Definitely.
I mean, not just having the vest for my daily life, but also having them on the show. It was personal too because of the bond with the family. Uh, but I also want to highlight the fact that you and Eric were also on the show. We had you in season 4.
Uh, the end of season 3
End
and
of season 3.
beginning of season 4.
See, you know better than I do. It's been kind of a blur still.
Yeah.
How did it feel to get on the set and work with everybody?
For me, it was very overwhelming because I wanted it so bad for almost a decade.
Right.
Not being bitter, but knowing that we could do it, and pressure from, our clients like, hey, there's a motorcycle show on. Why aren't you guys making the vest?
Right.
You don't think you could do it? We can definitely do it. We just need that call. And it came. So when that call came, it was special. But when we got the call for us to actually be on the show, it was very overwhelming for us, for both of us.
Well, I mean, it was good to have you on the show. I mean, I remember the first scene we did, it was a one shot.
Yeah.
We had you both on, and then we had, the end of that episode too. But it was just, I remember things were delayed quite a bit with that particular episode. So we had you guys on set quite a bit, and it was good. And personally, I liked it because outside of the world of acting or the TV show and everything, I know my go-to places. So to see you both there, it was a breath of fresh air because it was like it felt even more real. Just the energies and the people that we had on there. But I was lucky when this show ended. I got to keep one, so I have it and put away in a safe spot. But then I've got the ones I wear, when I come riding out. That you guys do. You always do solid work, good craftsmanship. So is there anything you guys are going to do new ventures with Espinoza's leather or?
At this point, we want to continue to serve, the motorcycle community as best as we can. Every vest that we do, even if it's stock, we want it to feel right for our people.
Right.
Not just our customers, but we feel that these are our people, these are our family.
Right.
When you wear an E, it's not just a vest or a jacket or chaps. You're part of a family.
Right.
So we take a lot of time into that. So we're going to concentrate on that. Customer service is always key, for every business, especially a small business.
Right.
'Cause that's how you build your name.
Right.
So we will continue with that. And whenever we get another phone call for another big opportunity, we'll be there. We're ready for it. Definitely.
And you do a great job. I mean, it was such a trip to see so many Espinoza's vests on that set, especially the past 2 seasons that we had. It was just unreal. And I was kind of jealous at times because I'm like, how come that newbie got that one? I mean, I want that one too. But I tell you what, I mean, not just with the storefront, but you do a lot of the events like Born Free and Chopper Fest. I mean, how many do you guys average a year? Stuff that you're doing.
I would say, give or take, maybe about 4,000, including customs and stock.
Right.
If not a little more. We do very well with that. There's always new customers coming in or returning customers because we've been so good to them.
Right.
They want another one. And they bring
Stand
their
on that
friends.
one. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Your family's always been top notch. Everything I get from Espinoza's leather has been top notch. Your reputation in general is just universal, but it's always nice because when people say Espinoza's, there's always a positive, connotation to it, and people always have something good to say or this about the family or Gil Senior or just Gil and Eric, and it's just nice. It's nice to hear it, just in passing. But I hope you know that you have had an impact. I think more on the motorcycle community in some ways, but also beyond that, because there's people that have seen your work on the show And there's always comments that I hear about how awesome and badass it is, and you know we always get to talk about it, and we always let people know that you guys were on the show. You know what a kick in the ass it was to have you on there, because that was one of those little bonuses that Elgin threw in to kind of always make things exciting.
Yeah.
And for me, it was really personal because on a personal level, knowing the family, but also what you do for my writing here outside, or even well outside of the show then, and now it's very sentimental. And when I get on the road, I know what I got. So it means a lot. And once again, much respect to your family. If anybody's curious and wants to reach out, and they're not local, how can they find you?
You guys could find us on Instagram, Espinoza's Leather. You just type in Espinoza's Leather. It's going to be the first one to pop up. Thank God. We're very blessed. If not, you can see us on the internet, www.espinosasleather.com, or just reach us 8730 East Garvey Avenue, Rosemead, California, 91770. So it's a lot. But
Brother, it's been really good to have you here. It's good to see you. Uh, I got to make it by soon, but once again, much love to you and the family, and thanks for all the great things you do for not just our community, but how you treat people in general. You guys are just salt of the earth, and I mean that.
well, thank you.
So,
Appreciate
have
it.
you here.
Thank
Thanks
you.
again. And this concludes our final interview here at Born Free 15. I'd like to give a special thanks to my Trinidad 3 family, the creators of the Loyal Gene. Also, our family, our extended wonderful family over at Russ Brown Motorcycle Attorneys. Special thanks to Randy Rage and Sean Mahoney. Born Free, Grant and Mike, thank you so much for having us here. And once again, Gil Espinoza, thanks for being here, brother. Everybody stay safe out there. We'll see you next year, Born Free. And God bless you all. Over and out.